Hey everybody, so today we have some rice here in a bag, and we also do have an apple. The client did bring it in, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can make today. I do know using a rice cooker might not be the best thing to do for this type of instance, especially that there might be some liquid spill. They put a little bit of sugar in there, and we might be making some salted caramel apples with a little bit of rice on the side there. So let's do that today, and we're going to go ahead and see how it's going to go out and taste. All jokes aside, we did get this this MacBook in for repair. It's like this. Before anything, we already know it's liquid spill, right? There's no reason why it would be in a bag of rice if it wasn't for liquid spill, because there is always those talks you read online about putting something in a bag of rice. It's going to absorb the moisture, however you want to look at it. I'm not going to really go into that today. I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm not going to show you scientific facts about that today. I'm going to show you, as a technician, just looking at a basic device, on how the negatives outweigh any type of benefits that may occur, because I'm not going to spout facts or anything. I'm going to spout what I have here, just on a very basic example when we receive something like this. So when we receive something like this, right, this is a laptop. This is a MacBook in particular. It's a MacBook Air. It's not just a board that you're trying to absorb liquid. There is a keyboard, there is a screen, there are ports that go on the side here, there's ventilation spots, there's lots of easy openings for little particles to get into, especially liquid spill to get into, and especially little grains of rice. So let's actually look at the grains of rice just by naturally pulling it out of a bag of rice here, that it just gets in there. So if I look at the back here, this is the back, this is the bottom part, this is where for this MacBook, this is where the ventilation goes. Sometimes they can go on other parts. It's usually on the bottom right. There's some type of ventilation, some type of fan. The exhaust goes on the side. In this case, we have our fan, and all the ventilation comes through the bottom of the MacBook. And since it's going through the bottom of the MacBook, there's an opening. And since there's an opening, there's an easy way to get liquid in there. There's an easy way to get food particles, such as rice. Yes, you guessed it. There is rice stuck in between the back cover. It's not such a big deal, right? It's not a big deal because it is, at least it's on the back cover. You lift it up, you take it out. But then I'm going to get grain over the place. I'm going to get rice over the place. Naturally, just placing it in the bag and shaking it all around and shaking it about, leaving it in there overnight, and expecting the liquid to just magically disappear. I don't know about that, but I can see what I see here is that this rice can cause other damage. So if I pull over here, look, we even have rice that is stuck inside the port there. The port here can damage very easily, especially if I remove it, or if it's going to tug on either a cable, or if it's just going to get stuck in this area here, or if there's any other type of maybe sticky liquid, that this is going to make this a little bit more difficult, especially if there's damage over here. Now I have to be careful about removing this because I could damage the port, right? I would feel this would be a little bit more my responsibility, because I have to worry about opening this thing, making sure even a grain of rice doesn't get on the other side of here, right, where there's a screen, and it can crack. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, because I think this looks to be pretty good. This side looks clean. There's nothing in the ports there. But before we even do anything, we're not even talking about the liquid spill yet. We're not even fixing the liquid spill yet. We're worried about the rice and how that can impact the computer more than anything else. So let's go ahead and open it and see what else that we actually do see inside here. So let's go ahead, open it up, and let's see. So before anything else, you can see how even dangerous this is, right? If this is being used, you can see that there's rice in the fan. There's rice all over the board, and it's even more distracting to pretty much clean it, and it's really dangerous. I don't want to make sure that I get this all up. So let's just go ahead and pour this all to the side here. Make sure that we get this at least out, and there's going to be some obviously stuck underneath, and then I have to worry about the stuff that's jammed in the port here. But at least we got, and I don't want to mix this up with my screws. Let me get my screws a little bit safer spot here. Look at all this rice. I mean, I can make something with this today, right? I think, you know, oh man, I got tied with my screw. There's all this rice. I'll put this over there for now. And yeah, and I haven't even opened this part yet. And I'm just a little bit scared about the screen too, because you see this? Actually, this is a great example. See, I just opened this, and you see how close this is here, right? So these are the grains of rice I opened. Now, if I wasn't really paying attention and I closed this, and this moved up, this could damage the impact of the screen, and then you have a broken screen there. You can get actually underneath the keyboard. If this gets a little bit crushed, these can get actually underneath the keys here. and then you have a big problem. I had one way before that had a lot of rice actually stuck underneath the keys, and this thing was so chock full of rice. Actually, you would feel it and it would crunch to the chock of rice. I don't know how it would get underneath these that much for it to be that bad, but it found gaps. You know, there's gaps on a lot of different things, especially any type of laptop. There's keyboard gaps, there is ventilation gaps, there are fans to worry about, there are heat sinks, there's lots of other things, and we haven't even dug into this repair yet. And I don't want to make sure anything else is really impacted, but those are the least cautions and precautions to really worry about while trying to put any type of rice. You're basically making things a lot worse than you're going to make it better. Especially these are circuit boards, right? There could be corrosion on the board itself. You're not going to absorb the liquid from corrosion on this board itself. If there is any, at least on this side of it, I see a little bit of stickiness there. All right, so let's take a look. Now, you can see under the microscope this obvious damage there, and there's lots of liquid that was impacted here. I don't even know what this is, man. I don't know if it's like a brownie, maybe it's a hot chocolate, some brown sugar there. I don't know what's going on there, but you can tell that the liquid cannot get absorbed by rice to prevent something like this, especially if it's been on. We'll do a fix in a separate video. I just want to show you guys at least the damage to the board itself. I believe we'll make a video about this anyway, this liquid spill, but I want to make this at least a talk about why putting in a bag of rice outweighs any type of negatives, then it will outweigh any type of positives, especially now that you guys can see through a text standpoint. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, found this video somewhat informative, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.